Right, I'm back up here on the top of the hill above the Mersey River. Haven't been up here for yonks, and by hell it's changed. I've got to get through this bush, about half a kilometre, and before I can get to the river. So might have been a bad choice today. Haven't fished up here for, like I said, for ages. Early in the season, well before Christmas, and yeah, seems to be a lot worse than it was now than back then. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Right, I've had the 1 kilometre walk, just got to cross back over the river again here and then head downstream for probably another 300 or 400 metres and then fish my way back up. Bugger before I even start. Sure, once I get in it and slow the pace down, I'll be right. Anyway, I've got to get over this river. This is the area where I always cross. It's the safest part. Right, there's I'm going to be concentrating on is that the flat waters right along that opposite riverbank there. You see, I'll just slowly zoom in on it. This side of it is all fast water. Where those boulders are, there's little flat waters behind them. Trout will sit in those as well. So it's all the flat water areas in these fast water runs where the trout will be sitting. And they'll dart out there into the fast water and grab the spinner too, so, or any sort of lure you throw at them. So that's where I'll be concentrating for in this first section of water. And then when I get up into the slower, wider, deeper water there, well, I'll just work the lure right across in 180 degrees up there and hope for the best and see what happens. I just got a first brown on. It's about 8 casts I've had in here, and this is my first cast up to that flat water on the opposite riverbank, and this beautiful fish come and slammed it. So no said hit the water and he was on. I'll get him in the net, and he's a lovely fish. Whoo, there you go, in the net, and out popped the lure. There's the lure down by his bottom fin there. Oh dear, lucky. Fishing gods are helping me today here. Hope it continues. I've got a micro pigment Aglia, size 0 Aglia micro pigment lure on in the brown trout pattern, in the brown pattern there. So that's did the job the other day on the trout and the lower reaches. So I'll stick with it for a while and see how we go. Oh, just got a little brown. Oh dear. The little tacker, he's taking that on that fast water there. Yeah, I'll get a little fella off. Another lovely brown here. I've got to turn this camera off now and get him straight in the net. I can't mess around with him, not in this fast water. The way he's tossing there, he'll spit it. I'll put my camera down and get him in the net. He's a beautiful fish, look at that, a gem. He's taken off that riverbank, just over there right behind that, where those reeds are there, and there's a rock just in the middle of the, just out a bit for a metre or so off the riverbank. I lobbed it just over the other side of that boulder in that flat water, and yeah, smashed it. And, good thing is he did stay hooked anyway. So, the net doesn't do it justice the way she's curled around the net there. There's a beautiful fish. I weigh it in the net, and I'm sure it's around the 500 gram mark. Another lovely brown here. Oh, stay on. We lost 2 in a row. He's really well hooked. Beautiful fish too. Now I put him straight in the net, not messing around here. Gorgeous fish. And let him go, he's on his way. I get him out in the net. Yeah, he's got a hook like a rocket. He's taken right in that little flat water, right in that fallen wattle tree there. Those 4. We've had me half a dozen. I only want half. I'll be happy just like I said earlier, just a half a dozen today. I'll see me right down to the ground. There's still a fair bit of water to go yet. I'm just dreading that walk back up that bloody hill. My body's that sore from yesterday. Anyway, we'll push on as long as I can. Another one here. I don't know how well hooked it is. I brought it off that flat water. I saw it come out and follow it halfway across the river, and all I could do was spot it. And I just gave the rod a light twitch and made that spinner blade flutter, and yeah, he took it. And he just took the that jaw, so I'll get the net, put him straight in the net, I think. And as soon as I just put that net under it, and it came into the net, and that lure just fell out of its mouth. Anyway, that's number 5, another lovely quality fish. Send him on his way. I just took and lost another 2 in this little shallow fast water run here. This sun's messing it up now. When the cloud was over, they were just coming out and grabbing it now. They're darting out, hitting it and darting off again. And, it's supposed to be cloudy all day today, so another Bureau Meteorology's buggered up again. Oh dear, here we go again, little tucker. Little brownie, little baby. I reckon he had about 5 goes at that lure, poor little thing. Anyway, I'll send him on his way. As you can see, what I've done with these trout balls, like I always say, I always put them off centre, I twist and put them off centre, but I also turn the hook in towards the shaft, the shank as well. Because if they're left open like they normally are, that's how you lose so many fish. So with them turned in and bent off centre, I seem to catch more than I lose most times anyway. It works for me. And then after every 2nd or 3rd fish, get the little honing stone out and just rub it over those treble hooks and make sure they are sharp as. You can see this one's had quite a bit of use. It's getting knocked around and bouncing off rocks and that, and lobbing tea trees. That doesn't help either. Anyway, back to the fishing. Oh, another little brown. Little tuckers. Where's the big fella? You get a big one, and you get 2 little ones. Then you get a big one, another big one, and lose a couple, and you get a little one, so it goes on. But anyway, I just got him in that shallow fast water run. Get him off and send a little tackle on his way. Remember always, guys, always wet your hands when you're going to handle this little trout or any trout when you're releasing them. Another solid brown on here. He's taking me into the weeds. I'm trying to hold his head out and keep him up. He took me right into some of that weed in there. I thought, oh no, he's gone. But no, he looked right in that jaw. It was taken off just off that other bank over there. Anyway, I'll slip him in the net before he tosses it. Wow, I don't know how many times this happened today. In the net, and out popped the lure. Now the hell I never lost him when I was messing around with the video doing it. Anyway, we're going to send him on his way. Well, he got it. Beautiful. It's number 8. Maybe get a couple more for my day's coming to an end. Is it now? Nearly 5 to 11, so I've got 8 trout in 2 hours and 10 minutes roughly, so it's pretty good going. And I lost 3 others, 3 or 4 I think it was, so no, good, very good morning so far. Body's still feeling it though. This is just so hard on the body, on the body trying to get up through this. It doesn't look like pristine waters, does it? Oh, I'm getting out of this here. I'm making my way up through all this weed here. I've got about half a tonne of weed wrapped around each leg here. I'm going to get out and go up to the next fast water. I had a trout come at the lure here a minute ago and my spinner went straight, got hooked up in the weed, and that was the end of the trout. He's turned and darted off. So I'm going to have one more flick up there towards that big rock up there and see what happens. But if I hook one here, it's just going to take me straight into that weed, I reckon. Unless I can hold the rod up high and get him on the surface fast. See what happens, eh? Oh, finally, we've got a rainbow trout. I come to this spot, this is a deeper flowing run of water here, medium flowing water. And it's a spot where I've always caught rainbow trout. And I haven't seen one all day, and I got here and it wasn't looking likely. I've had about a dozen casts, and then all of a sudden saw it come up behind it and grab it. It's not a big one, legal one, probably about close to 300 grams. Yeah, lovely fish, beautiful one. So we'll get him in the net and send him on his way, or her. Tell you what, somebody's really on my side today, because they'll just put that in the net, and like the others there, out pop the lure. There's the lure hanging in the side of the net there. God, how lucky can you be? Anyway, we'll tip him out and send him on his way up. Dear God. Yeah, so they've just taken up there from behind that big rock in the middle of the river there. Oh, I got a much better rainbow on this time. He's run me everywhere. Oh. It's not a lot bigger than the other one, but by hell, he's a battler. There he goes. Oh, he's only been an inch longer than the other one. Last one, I reckon. You can certainly put another fight. There. I'll get him in the net. And they've taken that straight cast up there and brought it straight in that fast water. That's why he's fighting. He's just hooked under the jaw on the outside of the fish. That's why I made him feel like twice the size he actually was. Anyway, we'll get him off. Alright, well, I've had a couple of follows on the brown trout and the uglier micropigment spinner, but they're not going for it now, so I don't know what's going on. It's time for a change, so I've just put a little 00 1.5 gram ugly moose noir on with a gold blade one, see if that'll get them to take it. Might need to be stimulated a bit. I've gone back to the uglier micropigment, the brown trout, mainly because this fast water is just too fast for the little 1.5 gram spinner. It's just taking it straight to the top. So go back to that and just go a little bit heavier and see how we go with that. Alright, this is the last bit of water I'm going to fish here as I cross over. Then I have to, where those two big dead trees are, so I have to go to the left of them is where I got to get out and get through all their big wattles and, yeah, make my way up through the scrub. It's part I hate. By the time I've done my fishing here, I'm buggered. It's the only way out, the only way in. And it's fish on here. Rainbow. I always used to give a, the sport always gave me a nice rainbow every now and then. And it's done it again today. I just cast into that water and let it drift, let the lure drift with the flow, and they see it and they just smash them. There he is, a lovely fish. He's the best one of the day too, he's a beauty. So we'll put him in the net and send him on his way. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you're good to go. Good to go, Buster. On your bite. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I just had to cast straight across there, let it drift with that flow. And yeah, just give the rod a light twitch, and that's all you need to do. If there's a rainbow there, you'll take it. I can't fish on any further now. I just rolled on one of these rocks and I've jarred my back, so being one that suffers with chronic back pain, I just can't fish on any further. I've got to get out and I've got to bush bash back to the car now. And geez, I'll be glad when I get back up that hill to that. Oh, I just got through all that there. That's stage 1 now, we've got stage 2 and then stage 3. I'm back, I made it. Oh, I don't know what's harder, fishing that Mersey River or getting to and from it from up here. I'm totally whacked. At least my back's eased off a bit. I just chewed a couple of Panamax. Anyway, back to the fishing. 3 rainbows and 8 browns. Couldn't have asked for a better day. And the thing is, when you fish that stretch of water here, and you can catch that amount of fish, you've done well, and you've earned every one of them, because it's a mongrel stretch of water to fish. And well, a lot of the Mersey is actually, but that one there can really take its toll on your body. But it's, like I said, it's rewarding. And yeah, all the Kuma gear stood up well. The little Pixar reel, XT20 reel did its job. The cellular rod, a 6'6" ultralight spin, and the platypus line. Well, that's been tested to buggery, and that never parted ways at all today. And then we had the Mepps lure, the Aglia fluoro micro pigment lure. Killed them today. So yeah, in all it was a good day. So I go home and rest up now because I got another one tomorrow. So till next time, guys, it's Pepsi Max time, and it's tight lines from me.